mute your line, guys. If you're just hopping on, please mute your line. I want to turn it over to a brother I have a tremendous amount of respect for. This brother has been very instrumental, and everything that we do is fundamental with our trading. He took over the role as the king of crypto and soon to be the heaviest crypto trader in the state of Illinois. So I'm so excited about what he represents. I'm so excited that he's on our team and that he's about to lead us into another level that God has already ordained us to have. So without further ado, help me welcome my big brother, Mr. Eric E.Z. Witherspoon. E, are you there?
I am here. Thank you very much, sir.
Take it away.
Really appreciate that warm welcome, that great introduction. I want to give it back to Mr. T. Smith. This gentleman is really, this drive is so crazy. Sometimes I be wondering, what is it that really drives this guy, right? I know I got a hell of a drive, but T. Smith has a drive that just will not stop. He just will not give up. And I really appreciate that. He really leads the Chicago Trade Nation group from the front and from the back and from the middle. So with that said, much love, my brother. I really appreciate you. I want to welcome everybody tonight to this Zoom meeting. I want to talk to you guys about some crypto. We're gonna do some crypto talk. So before I actually get into some things that I want to talk about or some things that I want to show you, I actually would like to do some Q&A first, right? I want to know exactly what is it out there on this call. What is it that you guys want to know specifically about cryptocurrency? Like, ask me some questions um, about the marketplace of crypto. I want to share my screen here. Let's see. Wow, check that out. That's new. Okay, so we're gonna share desktop number 2. Um, Here we go. So I want to. You guys ain't got no questions.
I have a question, E.
Okay.
Is there a specific time of day that you trade cryptocurrency? Because you know with Forex, we have our different markets we like to trade in. Is there a specific time that you trade?
Um, yes and no. Hold on. Let me put my board up here right quick. Yes, it is. I'm gonna give you guys a few pointers for the people. I know, Keena, you were in Atlanta. I actually had the opportunity to chat with David today. We chatted for a few minutes, just touched base on some things. And for all of you that were not in Atlanta, there is a spike in the cryptocurrency market if you guys have a broker, right? Now, JFAX has basically said, no, we're not accepting any new applications from the United States due to this lawsuit that they're going through. So they're not accepting any new people. I actually spoke with some couple of representatives from JFAX today. So if you have an account, you're okay. If you don't have an account, then what I recommend is for you to Google, or I'm going to give you guys a website, the investing website. They actually have some brokers there. Now, I'm not going to put my stamp of approval on any other broker out there because I have not used another broker. So you definitely would need to take upon yourself to do the due diligence to find out about another cryptocurrency broker. I don't know exactly what all pairs that they will offer. Hopefully they will offer many of the pairs out there, but you only really need to worry about 5 real good pairs in the cryptocurrency market. So the answer to your question, Keena, is from about 6 a.m., about 6:30, 6 to 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and from 12 o'clock to about 2 o'clock, 2:30. You can look for a spike in the market through Ripple, right? And Ripple, the currency pair for that is XRP USD. Again, that is XRP USD. If you guys are writing this down, now I don't know what chart you guys are looking at the cryptocurrency market in, but you can look at the cryptocurrency market in three different matters. You can look in your actual cell phone on the MetaTrader 4, right? You can pull cryptos up there right on the cell phone, obviously, because that's where you're going to put your trade in. And you can look where we're looking right now in this chart. This is the Coinigy. This is the Coinigy website. And we can also look at cryptos here as well on the, we can look over here at cryptos on the TradingView website. So let me get one up here for you guys. So this is actually Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Now let me tell you guys about the pairs that you want to be trading, right? There are only a few pairs that really make a difference, that really lead the front of the crowd in terms of cryptocurrency. And number one is Bitcoin, right? Number one is Bitcoin. And typically, if you pay attention to the charts, you know, just flipping around, if Bitcoin is doing good, like right now, Bitcoin is up right now. I'm looking at it on a couple of different screens, on a couple of different time frames. And as you can see right here, this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And we see that we're in a buy position right here. Now I'm looking at Bitcoin versus USD. It's also in a buy position. So anything that's paired with Bitcoin, whatever Bitcoin is doing, most of these other cryptos are doing the same thing. If you're looking at Bitcoin versus USD or Ethereum versus USD, so if Bitcoin is on a rise, then 9 times out of 10, everything else is on the rise or is selling. If Bitcoin is selling, then most of the time, 9 times out of 10, everything else is selling as well. Now, where you get a difference is when you go like Ethereum, where you go something that doesn't have USD, where you want to trade Litecoin against Ethereum, pairs like that. When you start to tap into pairs like Litecoin against Ethereum, that market is going to be doing something different, right? So let's see, LTC, Litecoin against ETH. Let's see if that even is that even a pair. No, TradingView doesn't have that. LTC USD, and as you can see, here it is. It's in a buy position. That's because Bitcoin is doing well. So that's a huge tip for you guys. And also when you're trading, when you're looking at the candlesticks, it's the same as Forex, right? We all know that the candlesticks, they're singing a song to us, right? And once we understand the song that these candlesticks are singing, then we can kind of understand where the market is going. Now, we have some other executive traders out here that actually are not using a lot of indicators, right? They're not using indicators anymore because they just have developed an eye for the chart. But me, myself, I really would like to I'm using the chart and I'm looking at a couple of different charts, as you can see. And the reason is because crypto is so volatile. You know, you could be looking at the screen in 1 minute and guess what? Another second, you may be missing a candlestick, right? And you'll be looking like, wait a minute, what just happened? So you really have to have an eye for the chart. And as you can see, this is a buy right here on Bitcoin versus USD. And if we go over and look at the cloud, right? If you see these indentations in this, if you guys are using the cloud on your chart, when you see these different indentations in the cloud, you kind of have to develop an eye to be able to tell when these bumps and bruises are going to happen along the road, right? So as we see here that this mouth looks like it wants to close up, but we see right here that this white line has already started to move up. So as this line moves up, it's going to bring this yellow line up with it. And why is that? Because price wants to stay close to the cloud. Price wants to stay close to the cloud. So if we go back in time and, I just scroll this thing out, as you see in this sale right here, immediately the market started to change, right? And always look for the doji. The doji is your friend. The doji is actually your best friend. That doji is going to let you know that something is getting ready to take place in the market. So what I took the liberty to do is, so I don't have to, and until you maximize the education of knowing the song that these candlesticks sing, you want to get a pen and paper, get you a vision board, a big cardboard or something, and put it up on the wall. And I encourage everyone to do this, especially if you haven't figured out what these candlesticks are yet. Write them down, draw them on a cardboard. If you have a whiteboard, draw them on something at home. So while you're trading, all you got to do is hold your head up, right? Because when you trade in crypto, you need to be paying attention, right? You need to be paying very close attention. If you need to walk away from the computer, take your phone with you, right? I have done this a couple of times where I walked away or set the phone down. I'm cooking and I'm looking at the phone right here on the countertop, right? But I'm over here on the stove, and then when I turn around and look, just in the blink of an eye, something has changed in the marketplace. So these things happen like instantly in the blink of an eye. But if you understand the song that these candlesticks are singing, then you'll be able to identify that as soon as you look at the screen, right? So what I did was I've drawn most of the important candlesticks right here. So everything that's of importance to me while I'm trading in this crypto market, I have it wrote right here where I can actually touch it, right? So if there's something that I forget, I have a manual here that has a wealth of information in it. So I'm copying some of this information from my manual right on my board, so I can make sure that I got everything that I need to see, right? Because like I heard one of the brothers say, if you're going to be working hard for someone else, why not work hard for yourself, right? But let's work smart as well. Let's work we want to be strategic when we're trading crypto. And the way to do that is just basically what I said. Put everything right here so you can see it, right? And if you can see it, right, the more that you see it, the more that you understand it. And if you're seeing it day in and day out, as these candlesticks are forming in the marketplace, then we know exactly what's getting ready to take place in the marketplace, even without the cloud, So let's actually take let's take cloud away for a second and let's just look at these moving averages right here, right? Let's make this big. So if we're just using these moving averages, for some of you guys that really don't understand the cloud, you have to lean on the education of the candlestick. Candlesticks are very, very important. And also the moving average lines are very important too, because we see how much the width we have a huge amount of width right here on this buy, right? So that means that once you start to see this blue line is basically separating away from these other two lines, that's letting you know that the buy is going to be strong, right? That's great information to know. And here, as you can see again, the width right here lets you know that, okay, this is going to be a strong buy or a strong sell because we got some pretty nice tall candlesticks, right? So when we see this particular young fella right here, we know that something is getting ready to happen. We don't know when, right? Because it doesn't always come the next candlestick or the next two candlesticks, right? It may come 2 or 3 candlesticks later, but we know that when we see that doji, it's definitely a change is getting ready to happen in the marketplace. And because we're trading cryptocurrency, it's like a boxing match, right? And how do you weigh the guy down that you're boxing, right? You're jabbing, right? You're not just all out swinging all over the place. We taking jabs here, jabs there. Like this is a jab move right here, right? And we're looking at this on a 15-minute chart. So if we're jabbing, we're gonna jab this right here for about a good hour move right here before we actually get our friend right here lets us know, hey, something is getting ready to happen. And here, as you can see, right, the next 2 candlesticks over, the move starts to happen where it starts to go down, right? So we're looking for lower lows and lower highs, and when we're coming out of the buy going into the sell, right? So we want to pay very close attention and always look for the doji. If you don't remember nothing else, if you take nothing else away from here, even in Forex, look for the doji, right? Because the doji is going to tell you a whole lot. So what I want to do now is I want to hide all of my lines. Now, this is real education for you. So now we're looking for certain patterns. We're looking for that head and shoulders pattern. We're looking for those different patterns. There are some very educated traders here that can look at the market and that can tell what's happening, right? And price wants to stay close to the cloud, and price also wants to stay, excuse me, when we're in a buy, right, I notice that this line is always in the blue. When we're in a sell, this line will go red. So you need to pay close attention to that as well. So the reason I have mine blue and red, because we're in profit. When we're in profit on our phones, it's blue. So that's why I like to have everything blue and red, because it's much easier for me to see. I'm trying to develop an eye for trading cryptocurrency without the indicators, but I'm not ready for that yet. I actually love the indicators. I love my moving average lines. I put them back because they tell me what's happening in the marketplace. So on one of my screens, I actually have a screen up that looks just like this with nothing but moving average lines on it, right? And then I have a screen up, if I'm in an actual trade, then I got another screen up that just has the cloud on it, right? Just the cloud, just like this. So I'm looking at the cloud right here, then I'm looking at the moving average lines over here. And the reason that I have them separated is so that I can see in detail what's really happening. So I got one screen like this, then I got another screen with the moving average lines, and then I have another screen up that actually has everything, right? So here we are. So I got another screen that has all of the indicators. Now there are 10 indicators that we're using on Coinigy. So as you can see, we all understand what the RSI is, right? And we've color formatted our RSI as the same as the moving averages. So we know that this white line right here, this white line up on the top, is definitely let us know that we're in a buy. If you see that the white line, the yellow line, and the blue line, all three of those lines are in the same place because they're formatted the same. And we know that the RSI stands for Relative Strength Index, right? So we know that this is the strength of the trade. When we have these lines, when these lines separate more, we know that the trade is in a strong sell or in a strong buy, right? And then over here, looking at the VDub, for those of you that use the VDub, I know a lot of people just use a lot of executive traders, you guys just using straight moving averages, but I actually like the VDub, right? The VDub tells me a different story when I'm looking at different pairs. So I want you guys to try to understand this cloud a little bit. So as BTC US, I'm not actually in a trade, and I don't want to be in the trade while I'm doing the training. But as we can see, this buy started to happen here, right? So we see that the cloud is going blue, and we see that it has a little mouth, right? So what I want to do is I want to go back and replay. So for some of you that don't understand the cloud and how the cloud moves, we see that the cloud actually started to go a little bit blue right here before we actually started to have the Kumo twist. So let's go back in time. And this is how you do this. If you're looking on TradingView, you'll click this button here, you can hover over it, and it would tell you bar replay. And then you basically just go back to where the candlestick, where you really want to start your move from. So here's our friend right here, right? Remember we talked about our friend. There's our friend right there. And we want to go back. Let's go back to this candlestick. So we'll go back, and so none of that buy has happened yet, right? None of that has happened yet. So we should see the doji happen first. But pay attention to the width of this mouth right here. Pay attention to the width of, we call it the mouth of money. I want you guys to pay attention to the cloud, and I want you to pay attention to the dark blue line. So the heavy blue line is telling us, hey, it's a buy, you can get in. And not only that, we have this blue line that's going along with the trade. Now we see this red line at the top is starting to decrease while the blue line at the bottom is increasing. So the way I formatted my V-dub is this black line that you see is actually support and resistance. So I've made it as a color code for at the bottom to be support and the top to be resistance, for it to be black, because the V-dub draws support and resistance for you, right? Now we see that the cloud, we see that the blue, the mouth is starting to open, but the move already started happening all the way back here. So you have to start to develop an eye, if you're using the cloud, to be able to kind of notice when that mouth is getting ready to close up. And the way that you do that is the bottom portion of this indentation in the cloud. These bumps are telling you, hey, I'm going up and down in the market. And as the cloud closes up, as it starts to go up, then we know that this thing is getting ready to close up if you're looking at the cloud, right? But the cloud is definitely beneficial to be able to look at. And as we see the move starts all the way back here, then we get about 6 or 7 different candlesticks. There's our friend right there. There's another one. And then we got a little bit of consolidation right here. As you can see, this actually becomes a new line of support, right? And then we get another blue line here, a dark blue line that's saying, hey, after we come out of this little 5 minutes of consolidation, creating a new support, we get a dark blue line that says, hey, this is a strong buy. It's still going up. We still have the blue line at the bottom that's letting us know, even though we see the doji happening, right? We see it's telling us, hey, something is getting ready to happen, but we still got this blue line that's telling us, hey, you can still stay in the game, because the red line has decreased all the way. It's not even traveling with us anymore. The blue line is traveling with us now. And our moving average line is blue as well. So this is why I like to come over here sometimes when I'm in a trade with whatever currency pair I'm in, and then I'll come over here to look and kind of give me an extra confirmation when I'm trading, because this moving average line is going to let me know what's up. This blue line is definitely going to let me know if I can stay in the trade, because it may be consolidating. I actually have Swipecoin on my phone. So for those of you that don't have Swipecoin, right now it's still free. So I don't know when they're going to start charging, but they're going to be charging $100 for it. And it's well worth it, because cryptocurrency moves, these crypto moves, they're happening 200, 300, 400, 500 pips at a time. It's so easy to catch 200-300 pips when you're trading crypto, because the moves are much, much longer. The moves become much, much stronger. And if you guys pay attention to Bitcoin, since Bitcoin has been down for the last 30 days or so, Bitcoin has been hovering around the $6,000 mark. Maybe for more than 30, 45 days. It's been hovering around the $6,000 mark. I think it's went as high as about $7,000 or so in the last 30 days or so. But this is the time and this is the season when Bitcoin rises, right? So we all know, or some of us know, that Bitcoin rises up toward the end of the year, because more around the world, there are more countries that are adapting this coin, and they're really using this for a in China, you know, these people are using this for a regular currency. In Asia, this is like a regular currency to them, right? And I don't know if you guys know, but China, I actually just got word from someone that I purchased product from in China that they've cut out Western Union down there, right? And so what that means is that they have to adopt another currency, another form of receiving money coming out of the US. So they're using PayPal, and obviously they're using Bitcoin. So if you're looking to find out some news about what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, let me give you a website, and this was given to me, and I'm actually using this site. There's a couple of other ones, but I like this one because it has everything wrapped up in it. So we're gonna come back to this chart, but I want you guys to write this down or put this in your Rolodex or something. Dominic, shout out to Dominic. Dominic gave me this. He uses this every day for his trading. For you traders that want to learn how to trade the news, if you're trading Forex, you can come here and you can see what's happening in any market around the world, whether it be with fiat money, whether it be with US dollar, whether it be with the yen, the euro. You can actually tap into this particular website and you can actually just see what's going on all over the world, right? So I want to start using it more often to be able to look in the news to really see what's happening, right? So we can go here and we can see which one of these coins are in a, which one is in a profit. As we can see, the change in the last 7 days of Bitcoin is down 2.87%. The change in the last 24 hours is a plus 76% now, right? Ethereum is up 3.20%, and we see, look at Ripple. Ripple is up 4.45%, and look at the volume. Look at the volume that Ripple has behind it. Why is that? That's because the banks are using Ripple to transfer money. They're using a token or a cryptocurrency now to transfer money B2B, business to business, bank to bank, right? Organization to organization. So as people come in the morning, dropping money, that's that early in the morning time frame I gave you guys, between 6 and 10:30, and then again in the evening time, about noon to about 2:30, because the banks are getting ready to shut down for the day. So they want to make that move kind of around lunchtime, from around lunchtime to about 2 p.m. So you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled, because those are like, I almost want to tell you, like guaranteed pips that you can catch just from Ripple alone by itself. That doesn't even have anything to do with Bitcoin, just Ripple by itself. We know that we can catch some guaranteed pips. So if you have a broker, definitely write that down and put an alarm in your cell phone or something. Hey, let me go and look at Ripple, just so you can start to develop an eye for looking at the chart, being able to see what's going on over here, right? And if you have a Coinigy chart, if you don't have a Coinigy chart, I can help you put that together. All of the people that come to the trainings out west, I've basically put all of their charts together for them in their computers, but they can look at this chart and see what's going on. So if you're using Coinigy, here's the pair right here, XRP. This is XRP against BTC, and we can see what's happening right here. with Bitcoin, again, that's because Bitcoin is in a buy, right? And this is a no trade zone, right? Do not trade in the cloud. Do not trade in the cloud. We want to wait till this comes out of the cloud before you actually jump in, because it's not going to hold, right? It's not going to hold. It's probably going to consolidate, or it's going to do something other than probably what you want it to do. So this is a no trade zone, no entering a trade in the cloud. Always enter the trade outside of the cloud. Now let's go to XRP USD. This is Ripple against the United States dollar. And you can see it's doing almost the same, just maybe just a little bit different. So let me see if I can find the time here. Let's see if we can go back and find an area where Ripple has increased. So far, do any of you have any questions while I'm going back? Anybody have any questions? When I talk to you guys, it's going to be about crypto. It's going to be about crypto. Forex is okay with me, but crypto is on the rise. I am holding all of my tokens right now. I'm not spending, I'm not cashing anything in right now. I am actually holding all of my crypto. And there is a website for you guys that's just scared of cryptocurrency, and you're thinking like, hey, how can I spend my crypto, right? So I'm getting ready to order me a couple of cards, Visa, MasterCard, where I can actually spend the crypto. So there's a wallet that's attached to these debit cards where you can send your crypto directly to the card. So let's say you want to send 10 grand, you want to spend 10 grand or something. You know, when you're trying to spend fiat money, $10,000, you know, Uncle Sam wants to know what's up with that. You know, it's kind of hard to just go and drop $10,000 in US dollars without having some type of challenge or problem or somebody want to be in your business, right? But I can send you $10,000 right from my Bitcoin wallet and won't nobody know about it but me, you, and God. So that's why I love crypto, because it's so detailed and it's so unanonymous that you can make moves without anybody knowing what you're doing. Okay, so this is on a 1 hour time frame. Let's go back. Let's go down. Let me find this for you. So nobody have any questions?
Yes, I do, Eric. This is Kathy. Can you
Hey, Miss Kathy, turn the
hey.
TV up so I can hear you.
Okay. Can you just go over quickly again amounts of money using the cloud, or is it with the EMAs, the amount of money?
Okay. The mouth of money. Let me find a good one for you.
Okay.
Okay, this sale right here is a good one. It's okay. It's not that big. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's real good right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. As we can see, this consolidated, right? It consolidated for a while. All of this is consolidation. Ain't nothing happening right here. Even though we got a blue cloud, ain't nothing happening right here, right? So here's the move starts to happen right here. But we see how this cloud is still skinny right here. It's still skinny, and it don't open up until it gets about right here. So this is where your real mouth of money is getting ready to start, right around here. So I anticipate that would be either right here or that would be right here. So what we can do is, because this chart doesn't have a replay button, right? So we can go over here we can go over here and we can look. Let me find the pair. XRP, USD. Because we want to be able to go back in time. This is why I use the VDub, and I use Coinage.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me find that.
Okay.
Let me find it. Oh, man. So, Miss Kathy, you see how this? You see that the move started right here, and we see the cloud. Even though we're in a buy and we're having basically like almost each blue is almost a higher high to a certain point, but we see this is a small amount of money, very very small, right? And to the point where you almost be looking at this thing like, man, is it gonna close up? What's gonna happen, right? But we got the blue line that's working for us. We got the moving average line that's working for us. We have the dark blue lines as a buy that's working for us. And this is a mouth of money right here.
Okay.
The wider the cloud is, we know that the longer that buy or that sell is happening, or we know the strength of the buy and the sell, the wider the cloud is. Let me say that again. The wider the cloud is, it's either the longer the buy or sell is happening, or it's the stronger the buy or sell is happening. So in this case, on a 5-minute chart, this is an okay jab, right? Because we're on a 5-minute chart. This is, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got about a good hour or so out of this, right? And then it consolidated. It started doing some consolidating right here. So you could have either stayed in or you could have jumped out, but you would have definitely caught you some pips right here. So let's see, 26, 138. So let me get my calculator here. The cryptocurrency moves be so good. I love them. So we got 26, 127. $26, $127. 26, 127, 26, 127, 765. So we got an almost 600 pip move right there, right? And depending on your lot size, you could have checked a nice bag right here. You know, you could have dropped 10 cent. You know, we could have dropped 10 cent on this move right here, you know, and you do the math yourself. So the wider that this is, the bigger this is, obviously, the more pips you're going to catch that you're going to be looking forward to. But the cloud also is a lagger. The cloud is also a lagger when we're looking at the cloud on TradingView, and when we're looking at the cloud on Coinage. Now, this is an excellent amount of money right here, TT. This is a very good one.
I see it.
It's a good one. And the more you actually zoom up on it, you know, the width of this thing actually is wide. So that lets you know that this is a good sell. You definitely have lower lows on this particular this mouth of money. Now, let's talk about the cloud on your MetaTrader 4. So for those of you that don't have the cloud on your MetaTrader 4, I want you to go to your phone real quick And I just want you to slap it on there. You can put it on there for now, and you can take it off if you want to take it off. But I want to point something out to you about the cloud on the MetaTrader 4. Now, I have it on my phone. I hope you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I want you to be able to take note that inside the MetaTrader 4, this thing has lines. So when I first saw this, I said, man, what is the lines about? I was trying to figure out how to get rid of the lines. And Dr. Carter said on a call one day that the cloud really does predict the future. So I have been trying to figure it out and figure it out and figure it out until I started to do the calculation that she said 26 periods of head. So what you do is you can literally count 26 spaces inside your MetaTrader 4 app, and that will let you know what's getting ready to happen 26 periods of head in time when you're using the cloud with the MetaTrader 4. It took me a while to figure that out, right? And actually, I went and looked at a couple of videos about it, but what really taught me was to actually just sit here and watch what's going on your cell phone. So just go to your phone and pick any pair, right? And just watch. When you see the Kumo twist, when you see that mouth of money, depending on how big and how wide the cloud is, right? Start to pay attention to the move that it's making, where the cloud is, where the candlestick is, and take an ink pen or something or your finger, right? And just count 26 periods of head and remember where that 26 period is from where the candlestick is. And by the time that candlestick gets over to where you last left off at that 26 period, I want you to pay attention and add that up and see for yourself how you can count and look 26 periods ahead in time. But I have not found anything else that will allow me to see these lines other than the MetaTrader 4 on my phone. Now, I don't know if Dominic's on the line or not, but I know he uses MetaTrader 4 on his computer, and this is how he trades. So I'm gonna touch bases with him to find out if the MetaTrader 4 on the computer allows us to be able to see those same lines that's on the cell phone on the computer. If you're trading, if you have your MetaTrader 4 set up on your laptop. So let me touch bases with Dominic. If he's not here to confirm that, I definitely would like to know that. But I don't use MetaTrader 4 on my laptop. I only use it on my phone. So I come here from time to time and kind of count 26 periods of head to be able to see exactly what's going to take place. If that makes sense.
Thank you, E.
Yes, ma'am.
What's
So
up,
the
E? I
why
got a
this
question for
thing.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
Damn, I forgot that fast. Oh, okay, I know what I was about to say. Do you trade? I know you don't really mess with forex like that no more, but I know you're still familiar with it. Do you still trade forex the same way you trade Bitcoin, or you know what I'm saying? Well, like what's the major difference between the two?
The major
And
difference.
I'll answer your question. I'm not. No, I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say I don't use you know I haven't use the cloud. So I'm not even sure what you're talking about. You know, I'm away from the indicator thing. But if it is on there, you probably I think I just saw Kena say she she's about to check, but I wouldn't know as far as the indicator goes.
Okay. So you want to know what's the real difference in crypto versus forex?
As far as trading, like if you know how to trade forex, can you jump right into trading crypto? And if you can't, what is it that you need to know in order to learn how to trade crypto? What are the key concepts to trading crypto versus trading forex if there are different?
The key in trading crypto is the vitality. Crypto moves much faster, right? And sometimes you will get, like, you know how in forex, like on Sunday when the market opens up, and then sometimes you'll get a gap. You'll get that gap in the marketplace with forex, but then you can drop it if it's a gap going up on a buy, then you will sell so we can fill that gap. Those gaps in crypto is just those gaps. That's it. It ain't no filling that up. So you need to be able to detect that and be able to see, and you really need to sit and watch crypto. Ain't too much. Take it from me. Take it from me. Don't get up and walk away. Take your phone with you. If you looking at this thing over here, take your phone with you if you finna get up and walk away from it. Ain't no riding, ain't no driving. I gotta leave out the hole. I gotta go all the way out the house. Ain't none of that with crypto. You could probably do that with forex because sometimes forex moves much slower than crypto. But crypto moves so fast, you'll lose your money just like that, especially if you don't have a stop loss. If you're not trading with a stop loss on crypto, don't walk away from your phone. Watch your money, because you'll walk away. And I'm always watching crypto starting at the 5-minute chart. I'm starting at the 5-minute chart, and I may go 10, 15, the 5, 10, and 15, or I may go 15 to 1 hour, or 15 to 30 minutes, depending on where price is and where price is with Bitcoin. So we look for Bitcoin to go up. And I know from trading Bitcoin and looking at the chart that Bitcoin has been hovering around the $6,000 mark. So it hasn't made a real move over the $7,500 mark either, right? So once those days start to come, then you really want to pay attention to it more, because if it goes back down to, if it's at 7,200 and it's going to go back down to 6,900, man, that move can possibly happen in one candlestick. So the key to really trading crypto, it moves much faster, and there are more pips involved with trading crypto, Bitcoin, than Forex. And ultimately, if Bitcoin is doing good, the other coins are doing good. If Bitcoin is going through a sale, then most likely the rest of the coins are doing a sale. They just may be moving a little bit slower than Bitcoin when it gets down to the, if Bitcoin is on its way down to 6,200, then you may get a couple of other coins that's probably at the 65, 6,600 mark and on their way down. You understand what I'm saying? Make sense?
Oh, yeah, I get what you said. It's still confusing to me because I ain't never dabbled in it. So, but
just go over to the chart and just look how it moves. Look how it moves and how it rotates, and then you'll understand. On the volatility, crypto move much faster, man. And I'm trading Bitcoin, but I got a couple of other coins too. So when I'm looking at the chart, sometimes I be sitting there looking like, what is this, right? So I will go, instead of going here, I'll go on Binance. You know what I'm saying? I'll go on Binance and look at some other charts, right? I see I got it open right here. So I'll go on Binance and look at some other charts. And sometimes I'll stay away if things are just too volatile and too crazy. Now, I like the way this looks. This is normal for me, right? This is the norm. Everybody can say that's a trader, that this looks like a normal chart, right? But things happen so fast here, bro. Like earlier today, right? I was sitting here for a second. I said, okay, I see this mouth is getting ready to happen, and I'm on a 5-minute chart, so I know each one of these candlesticks represent 5 minutes. Now I have the screen up, I'm ready. I'm about to get in the trade, but because I know I'm getting ready to walk away and go in the kitchen and check on my food that I got in the stove, I said, man, hold on for a minute. Before I push that button and jump in and knowing I'm finna get ready to walk away, let me go over here in here first. And I came back in here, the whole move had been changed. It went from a buy to a sell just like that. I wasn't even gone. I wasn't even gone 5 minutes. I just pulled the pizza out of the oven, cut the oven off, and when I came back, the market had turned around and went the other way. And I
So
wasn't, yeah.
I'm checking MetaTrader 4, and it does have the line, so you can't go back to 26 spaces.
Right. You want to count 26 periods ahead. So wherever
Yep.
So whatever that candlestick is, you just count 26 periods going forward, and that is going to let you know what's getting ready to take place 26 periods ahead in terms of buy and sell. So like I'm looking at right now, I'm on go to your 5-minute chart on a gold. I'm looking at gold versus US dollar, and I'm on a 5-minute chart on my cell phone. So we see that the candlestick that it's on right now it's on a sale, right? And we see how it's like round a little bit. The cloud is like round. So you can spread it open and you can count them lines, count you 26 lines ahead. We see that cloud is actually blue. So wherever that 26 period is, I wish I can kind of leave a little mark or something like, I can mark it. Okay, so this candlestick is right here. So 26 periods ahead is right here. So we're going to mark this little candlestick right here, 26 periods ahead, and we're going to wait until the candlesticks actually get over there to that particular point. Make sense? Then you can look and see what's finna get ready to happen 26 more periods ahead. Do that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I'm counting it now, so it's really consistent. Like it's like almost it's almost exact.
Right. So if you count 26 periods ahead, and 26 periods ahead will be basically 26 times 5, right? If you want a 5-minute chart. So we go 26 times 5, that's 130. So we know on a 5-minute chart, 26 periods ahead, that's an hour and 30 minutes. So if you put a little marker right there at the hour and 30-minute mark, 26 periods ahead, when those candlesticks actually catch up to that mark, then you can look 26 periods ahead, another hour and a half ahead of time, and see what's happening with the cloud. The cloud gonna let you know, is it still in a buy or is it on its way in a sell? Is the mouth of money, is the Kumo twist happening? We're always looking for the Kumo twist, because the Kumo twist, 26 periods ahead, is gonna let you know if the market is finna go into a buy or is the market getting ready to go into a sell. And it took me a while. It took me to keep losing money to figure that out. And when I heard Dr. Carter say that, it still took me a while to figure it out. I had to lose some more money until I figured it out on my own. And I'm trying to compare the cloud in my phone to the cloud that I see right here in front of me. And that was kind of hard to do because the cloud in front of us don't have the lines. So you need to go and look in your phone to see what's getting ready to happen 26 periods ahead. Whether you want to see it 45 minutes, we know 26 times 5 is 130. So an hour and a half ahead of time, we know the move that is getting ready to make. We can see the mouth of money happening. We can see the width of the cloud 26 periods ahead. Is it closing up like right here, right? Is it closing up like we see right here? This is a close up right here. This closes up and then this starts to open up. So the close up has to be about right here with this red candlestick, because this is the only place we see red at with this particular point right here. Or we have to go back a couple of them as well, because here go a couple of reds right here, and here go a little bitty red right here. So in order to see that, you need to go back in your cell phone and start counting those lines, and those lines will tell you what's happening ahead of you. And then once you get to that ahead point, then you can look back in time and see what the candlesticks did behind you to really have a revelation, or to have that aha moment, like, okay, I finally got it. And once we're able to learn and understand what's happening in the future, because for a while I was about to stop using the cloud because I thought that it was lying to me. I'm like, man, this thing is not working. It's lying. It's a lagger. It's not telling me what's happening in the future. But when you go look in your phone, it really is telling you what's happening in the future 26 periods ahead, just like Dr. Carter said.
Okay, yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
So on TradingView, you know, they have that little tool, that ruler. Do Coinigy have that ruler? Because I don't see it on your screen. That ruler will take you back 26 periods, just like the lines do on MetaTrader 4.
Right.
You see that ruler? Like if
Yeah.
you clicked on your count, does it have it on here?
Let's see. I want to show the hidden tools. Stay in drawing line.
Because I think Willie just said it too. Like if you can find that ruler in Coinigy, that ruler will take you back 26 periods, just like the lines do in MetaTrader 4.
I don't. That is a great question. I've never seen the ruler here unless this is it here, but I don't even use it though.
That might be it. It's a measuring stick where you are, E.
Uh-huh.
Click on it and
it's not even allowing me to open it. I don't use it. Willie, where you at, brother? That's my technical king right there. Willie, where you at, bro? Can you chime in and find out? Let me know what's going on with this little ruler. I just look for it in my.
Because I'm just asking, because I use MetaTrader 4. I just recently went back into Coinigy when I told you I started, demoing my crypto. So I'm doing really good. It really did go really fast. But that 0.10 lot size within a matter of 3 minutes was up to $40. Like in 2 minutes.
Wait a minute. You used a 0.01 or 0.10?
0.10.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
And that's when I sent you that screenshot. Like, I was over here screaming. You know how I do.
yeah.
But I'm just trying to see, because if I can stay in MetaTrader 4, I like to, because I like having my trades and my chart on the screen. So I'm trying to get comfortable with both, because like you said, when we was in Atlanta, this is how I learned the crypto. I done sent David a few messages too, everything I've been confirmed. But now, like, you like the David of Chicago, so I don't even have to communicate with him. I just call you.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to get comfortable with it until I get my dual screens, because I think with this, you definitely need more than one screen.
Yeah, you definitely. It just makes you know what? I actually stopped trading, Kena. I didn't trade for over 2 weeks because it was just irritating my soul that I couldn't see. I got tired of flipping from the 5 minute to the 15 so I can try to see. And I'm like, man, I'm losing like that. It just drove me so crazy. Now it's like I don't have that problem now. You know what I'm saying? I got
and it is, it's really fast. So I was up, and then I looked away. I was telling TT Kathy, I looked away. I mean, I literally blinked. Then I was down $70. It go really fast. You cannot move. I learned that today. You cannot move when you trade crypto.
You got to watch that thing like a hawk. You know what I'm saying? You in your phone watching it, and you really watching the timer. We're really paying attention to the timer on that candlestick because that time on the candlestick gonna tell us really what's getting ready to take place. Now, let me give you a hint when it comes to the time. There you see that just happened right there? Did you see my timer over there?
There go your bars too. You see at the click where you at and go to the left. Your bars right there. What if you can go over 26 bars, you see where it say 0.0% right there? If you click on one of them candlesticks and drag that over to the left, it'll count for you. So click there and drag it over.
You might have
Oh, you
to,
gotta
I gotta
grab
click
one
the
of your
measure
candles.
the measure tool again.
you might have to click measuring stick again.
Yeah, you clicked off the measuring stick. So you do have it. It is on there, TT Kathy.
Yeah, that's what I was playing around with too. So yeah.
Okay, now drag it over
Okay,
to
1,
the left.
2, 3.
You see where it say 2 bars, 3 bars?
Yeah.
You can actually take it back 26 bars, and that's 26 periods.
You just taught me something. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. It's about to get nasty around here. Ooh-wee. Okay, now let me understand how I'm looking at.
Hey, E, I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
All right, the first one, well, actually 3, but they might tie in together. Well, 2 of them might. All right, the first one, since you say how fast the crypto move, do you got time to even put in a stop loss? Like, if you can't, or does it make sense to put in a stop loss? Well, of course, if you're gonna leave the computer, but if the market moving that fast, I mean, is like where's the risk management for that? And then my second question is, like I'm still getting like what moves the market? You know what I'm saying? Like from how I get a good understanding of forex is, it moves off supply and demand. So what drives the crypto market so that I could, or whoever I could wrap their mind around what is it that I need to focus on as far as an analysis to know what drives that market.
Okay. What drives the crypto market is us, the people. The people around the world is what drives Bitcoin, right? Because there's no government or there's none of that that's driving the cryptocurrency market, right? So it's everyday people that's actually moving the market. So that's who moving the market. We moving the market. It's us that's making the market move. Hold on 1 second. Hello? All right. So we are the people that's moving the market, and the people that are out of the country are really helping us to move the market, right? So to get a little bit more in detail with the movement of cryptocurrency, like she got that 0.10 lot size. Now that's a nice lot size to start with, right? But that's a nice lot. That lot size can hurt you too, right? She just told you in the blink of an eye, she looked up and she was down $70. Why? Because she had a dime lot size up there, right? Now, if you catch a really good buy or a really good sale, then that 10-cent lot size will really, really pay you. It'll pay you very, very well. But if you're on a jab, if you're jabbing, if you just jabbing like this a jab, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 minutes, we see these little guys right here happen. We know something is happening in the marketplace. Something getting ready to happen. And then the next 2, like I said, it may not be the candlestick, the first or second or the third candlestick. And here's the perfect example of that right here, right? We get these happen right here. Here I come. Okay, here I come. So we get these 3 guys right here that tell us something getting ready to happen. And remember, it take each one of these things 5 minutes to form. Then we get We get what is this? We call this the three white soldiers or three black crow, whatever you want to call it. Then we get these three guys that give us 15 more minutes of lower lows. That's a nice jab. This is an okay jab. But remember, when you trade in crypto, the higher your lot size, the higher you're gonna go in the negative. So we want to make sure that we're going for a nice jab, not a little bitty jab like this one. This ain't no real good jab right here. Even though our number 5 line said, hey, this is an aha moment. I done crossed over, now I'm going down. You using a high lot size, you may still be in the negative before the market switch back and go into a buy. Now you're sitting here trying to figure out what to do because ain't none of this other stuff happened yet, right? So the lower low actually, by the time this thing goes up, comes back down, consolidates, goes back up, by the time you actually come all the way back down here to catch you a decent amount of pips, to catch you a little cash, you didn't panic. You're in panic mode because you ain't got no stop loss and you got a 10-cent lot size, and hopefully you didn't open up more than one position. Because if you didn't open up more than one position with that 10-cent lot size, you really gonna be in panic mode because now you don't know what to do. Now you're trying to find an exit on how to get out. So a stop loss is good. A stop loss, give yourself 10, 20 pips in crypto because them 10, 20 pips can possibly be hundreds of dollars. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Sorry. 2 minutes.
Hey, Eric, I got a question as well. I don't know if you guys can hear me that good.
He just said he'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, this engine is so loud. Quick question though. I never knew that, this is just for everybody to come back. I didn't know that you can put a cloud with a V-dub. And I wonder, how does that work on Forex? Has anyone ever tried that combo besides Eric? We mix the cloud and V-dub together?
Well, that's how Valencia showed us. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't catch the training. I was hosting. Yeah, I never caught that training. Okay. Yeah, I never knew that.
So the way I'm looking at this, it seems like the way crypto move is complete opposite of forex. So you really want to trade with a lower lot size to gain, a lower lot size to get a higher reward. And you definitely don't want to change with a higher lot size because the reward is higher. I'm sorry, the reward is less. Is that right? Am I looking at this right?
It might seem that way. I've been playing around with it this past week, and I've been using the point zero 0.01 lot size. And like Kina was saying, you look away, it could quickly decrease. So I've been putting in a stop loss to get some type of profit, but you have to move quick. I've even tried the trailing stop loss. So I would imagine if it was a higher lot size, if you're not sure of the move, then yeah, that's a bigger loss.
See, that was my first trade, so I'm not using the cloud. And most of you guys that's ever trade with me, I'm pretty good with my entries. So I'm very, very good with my entry. That's the only reason why I bumped my lot size up. But see, it was very unpredictable because even with my entry, that crypto still dropped on me.
Yeah.
So that was a lesson that I that I learned. But then speaking with David, you know what I'm saying? That was some advice that he gave. Playing in demo and things like that. But live, I'm not live, I'm in demo. But everything looked good, but with crypto being so unpredictable, all of my indicators failed me.
And that
So
can
I had
happen.
to, yeah, all of my indicators failed me, but it was a second. Like I didn't let it go down. That wasn't a long trade. Soon as David said, as soon as it go bad, just come out and don't be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up. You know what I'm saying? That was like my first trade today. I'm still up, but it was a lesson learned. But it really is about your entry. And the reason why I'm like so into training is because I want to learn how he uses the cloud, his methods for entry. But it's pretty much the moving averages is from what I'm getting, the moving averages and things like that. It's gonna give you your entry to the Kumo twist and then the mouth of money. I remember all of that from Atlanta, but this is a really good example. But if you play around in this chart, you're gonna see where it changes up. Like it'll take you out so quick because these candlesticks look small, but when you talking in pips, that they make a real big difference. Because it was a small move, but it was a lot of money because of the lot size.
Right.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly why I use Coinigy and I use the VDub. Because I'm looking for this right here. I can just look at this and I can tell you guys when I want to get in. I can tell you when I want to get in. If we looking at this move right here, we looking at right here where my cursor is, right? In my mind, I'm saying, it's some, they're gonna move. It's happening right here, right? But now because because the trade then went inside the cloud, or I could just be crazy and just try to jump in on this little one right here, being thirsty, right? I ain't gonna be thirsty. I'm gonna wait because I see that's too close to the cloud. So I'm gonna wait. I may be missing some stuff, but I'm still gonna wait and wait and wait and wait. And if you want to get in, then you can finally get in here, or you gonna get in right here. It's up to you. It depends on how much money you got in your account. That's what's gonna determine when you gonna get in, because that's a nice move right there, right? It roller coaster ride. Better lack of words. It was a roller coaster here with the white line. Look at our white line, right? Roller coaster. We still getting some higher highs, right? Now we got higher lows right here. Here go the doji, and we still get 3 more candlesticks on a higher high before we actually get a red candlestick. And then we get 2 more on the lower low. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4 more candlesticks on a higher high. So this is that little skinny point right here where we think, it look like it's about to have a Kumo twist right here. So we kind of, I don't know if I want to stay in or stay out, right? So what we want to do is you just flip your chart over to Trading View, right? And the VDub actually will help you out. Let's see, look at that. It's a whole lot cleaner and it's a whole lot crisper if you're looking at it on the VDub. Now, are we looking at the same pair? Let me make sure. Yeah, we're looking at the same pair. They're gonna move right here with just one moving average line, right? And our moving average line right here is actually color formatted to the actual move that is happening, which is buying and selling, right? So we see this little thin cloud, just like we see this little thin cloud over here on Coinigy. We see this little thin cloud, and I almost want to tell you, look like the two clouds are kind of different. So when you go back over here, the dark blue line tell us, hey, it's time to buy. It's time to buy. So you can come over here and you see that happening. All right, it's time to buy. It's time to buy. I got in, right? Now I can turn around and flip over here and see what's happening. How clean is it, right? While a trade is happening, while I'm in a trade, I'll flip over here and just to look at this blue line. Because this blue line gonna tell me either stay in or get out. And Valencia had to like knock on my head a few times to make sure that I understood that, because I didn't jump out of trades too early because I felt like I saw all of these red lines at the top saying sell, 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 when all the time I really could have stayed in, because this line travels with your trade. And it's gonna let you know to stay in or get out. So I use both of these. That's just for me now. I don't know about, a lot of you all, but I'm telling you that you can do that. You can have your screen like I got it right now. If you just using your laptop, if you want a 5-minute chart, you got one screen right here. and you're gonna flip over to the VDub in the cloud, and it's gonna help confirm what you're looking at on the other screen. And you can have a couple of other tabs open. You can have the 15-minute chart, VDub open right here. You can have a 15-minute chart, Coinigy open right here. If you want to flip over through time frames, you're just gonna have a few tabs open up here if you ain't got your setup yet. And if you're thinking about getting a setup, if you guys really gonna make trading a career, I'm gonna tell you, get you some screens sooner than later, because it's gonna take the edge off. It's gonna take the edge all the way off. You'll be able to sit back and you can just see everything that's taking place. So I got 3 screens right here, and then I got the one at the top, and then my laptop is a whole nother screen. So I really can see 5 things at once. Yeah.
We actually got to close out. I got to do boss talk at 9:30.
Okay.
So real quick, guys, I just want to thank E for laying it down tonight. If you guys got any other questions, please holler at E in the group chat. E, your sauce, bro, you dripping. Your sauce is dripping all the way from the west side, and you might cause an accident on the on the expressway, G.
I appreciate
sauce,
you, bro.
man. So I appreciate you, big bro, for laying it down, and our team just thanks you for just going the extra mile. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop off, guys. Gotta get ready for the boss talk, and you guys have a great one tonight. Thanks a lot, E.
All right.
Bye, E.
All right.